Omos entered the spotlight as a towering spectacle, a man whose sheer height and size demanded attention the moment he stepped into a WWE ring. Standing well over 7 feet tall, he carried himself with an air of invincibility, often using his physical presence to intimidate opponents before the bell even rang. By 2022, Omos had built a reputation for dominating smaller and mid-sized wrestlers, tossing bodies around as if they weighed nothing and showing off with a confidence that bordered on arrogance. Every slow step, every raised chin, every smug stare told the same story. He believed no one could truly stand up to him. That belief grew louder when his path crossed with Brock Lesnar, a name synonymous with destruction, legitimacy, and raw power. To Omos, Brock was just another man, shorter, supposedly less imposing, someone who should naturally fall to the giant's overwhelming size. In the build-up to their clash, Omos leaned heavily into that mindset. He mocked Brock's height, laughed at the idea that Lesnar could possibly lift or overpower him, and constantly reminded everyone that no one his size had ever been treated like a normal opponent. Omos wasn't just confident, he was dismissive. He framed the match as a mismatch, suggesting Brock would learn very quickly that strength means nothing when you are standing across from a mountain of a man. That bravado fueled fan interest, because while Omos looked unbeatable on paper, Brock Lesnar was not a normal challenger. Brock carried the aura of someone who had conquered champions, broken legends, and survived battles that would have ended most careers. When the match finally happened in 2022, reality hit fast and hard. Brock Lesnar did not approach Omos with fear or hesitation. Instead, he brought the same cold intensity that had defined his career. From the opening moments, Brock tested Omos, chopping him down piece by piece, targeting balance, legs, and timing rather than trying to overpower him immediately. Omos still had his moments, using his reach and weight to shove Brock around and remind everyone why he was considered such a threat. For brief stretches, it looked like his confidence might be justified, as Brock struggled to find an opening against the giant's frame. But arrogance has a way of blinding people, and Omos made the mistake of underestimating Brock's experience and adaptability. Brock absorbed punishment, studied Omos's movements, and waited for the exact moment when strength could overcome size. When that moment came, it was shocking. Brock did the unthinkable by lifting Omos, slamming him, and proving that technique, explosive power, and ruthless intent can rewrite what seems physically impossible. Each slam felt like a statement, not just to Omos, but to everyone watching. The crowd reaction shifted from disbelief to absolute chaos as Brock continued to impose his will. As the match went on, Omos's earlier swagger faded. The confident giant who once laughed now looked stunned, even vulnerable. Brock's offense became increasingly brutal, stripping away the myth that Omos was untouchable. This was not just a victory, it was a lesson. Brock Lesnar showed that height alone does not make you dominant, and that true monsters are forged through experience, pain, and relentless aggression. When the final moments arrived, there was no doubt left. Brock had completely put Omos in his place, turning arrogance into humility through raw force. The aftermath of the match said everything. Brock walked away having reminded the world why he is feared across generations, while Omos was left to rethink his approach, his attitude, and his place in the hierarchy. That night in 2022 became a defining chapter for both men. For Brock Lesnar, it was another reminder that he thrives against the odds and enjoys breaking the impossible. For Omos, it was a harsh awakening, a moment where hype collided with reality. The clash proved that in WWE, size may open doors, but respect is earned only when you can back up your confidence against the very best.